Hello everyone, Tim here, and welcome to my review of attendee paintings from my April workshop, April 2026, where we painted this unusual scene. More on that in a moment. Once a month then, I select a challenging subject for watercolour. Could be a landscape, street scene, or a seascape, generally those three types. And then over a couple of hours or so, I do a step-by-step live and online demo. All these workshops are online, and painting of the scene. These online sessions, they're fairly interactive. I get to answer your questions along the way. And at the end of the demo, attendees can come on screen and share what they've painted, might be painting along with me, or what they've sketched. I'm shortly going to go into a bit more depth my review of the paintings I've received from the workshop. I'll talk about what I really like in each one and maybe suggest a few little tweaks here and there just to see if that helps. Remember, these paintings were done by people, painters, artists at all different levels. Some folks are just starting out on their watercolor journey, and others have been painting for years and years. And that's the beauty about the session. We get a wide range of experience levels. Now, before I should mention that the photos, of course, are taken by the attendees themselves, and they might look a little bit different in terms of color and lighting. It may not be a true representation if you saw the paintings in the flesh. So it's just down to the different devices they're using and the lighting conditions and other factors like that. Now, if you fancy joining one of my workshops, you can find all the details on my website, timwilmotartist.com, and also the event website, which is at crowdcast.io/@timwilmot, TIMWILMOT. We've got some great sessions coming up, and again, everyone is welcome, whatever your level. So this is our scene then. As I said, a little bit of an unusual one. I don't think we've done on our workshops a sort of highway scene like this, but this is a US highway in Washington State, at this industrial building here on the left-hand side, with all of the structures on top and various parts to the building. In front of it, we've got this what looks like a sort of timber-clad building. I should say the light coming from the left may be the end of the day, possibly. I should say thanks very much again to Siddharka, one of my Patreon members, for the kind sharing of his source photo. Yes, so that's a low building there on the left. In the distance, we've got some mountains, quite an easy sky to do there. And then over the highway, quite a wide highway, we've got these traffic lights and the sort of these arms, the gantries that come out supporting the traffic lights. A really nice shadow. That's what attracted me to the scene, was nice shadow coming across the scene. And then maybe the connection of, on the right hand side, going up the road, these cars, we can have them in different positions. Oh, and then just beyond the factory, we've got some simple row of trees there. So they're between the industrial building and the mountains. And maybe as we look, well, the more you zoom in, the more details you see, but we see some other more distant vehicles and some posts there. Road markings, that's another feature of the scene, these road markings. We can have a bit of fun with those. So I'm going to show you my painting from the event very shortly. But as I go through, I'm going to be looking at, obviously everyone's different interpretation of the scene. That's what's really interesting, that we've got one scene here and everyone's different take on the scene. We'll be looking at composition, and I think Siddharka's image is pretty good from a composition point of view, with the building on the left, the cars on the right. But I made the decision to move the road up a little bit, so you'll see me sure I move the horizon up there. So we got the building there, and then the road sort of well, taking up a lot of the foreground there. But yeah, composition and watercolor techniques. We've got want a nice wash for that sky. Maybe we might go a little bit yellow at the bottom there. So trying to avoid that green phase, the blue into the yellow. Values as well. Trying to push those mountains back. They're way off there in the distance, several miles, kilometers away. The drawing of the building. Can we get that right? Can we make it look sort of industrial like? Bit of perspective with particularly the road markings, and then convincing cars. They're quite simple cars these because we're looking at the back of them. Cars are always easier when you've got the front of them, like that one there. That's quite an easy one to do. They're just like almost rectangular shapes on top of each other, but the top is a little bit, with modern cars, the top's a little bit narrower than the bottom. And yeah, just a simple shapes, getting the proportion of the windscreen right, and then the tail lights, the lights, the bumper, and the wheels, and then a bit of connection with the road surface as well, with a bit of shadow underneath. And I always like with cars with a shadow coming across like that, trying to connect the car with the shadows. So we've got a bit of painting cars, and then it's a case of, can you introduce anything else that's a bit creative, just putting your own stamp on the scene, your own little twist to it from a creative point of view. So it'll be interesting to see what people come up with. Orientation is always a good one. We've got here landscape orientation, which I'm pretty sure most people went through, but I guess you could almost do a vertical one on this. So thanks very much, Sudhakar, for the kind sharing of the scene. My painting there, before we dive into the attendees' paintings from the event, and you can see I've made a few little adjustments to the scene, that moving of the horizon up a little bit higher. So we've got less of the sky, more of the road. I've adjusted the view of the road, so we're almost painting in the road here, looking up the highway, but the road markings may not be strictly correct, but we're trying to be a bit creative with a continuous line or a sort of the dash line there, continuous line. The buildings, I think I got them all right. Maybe I could have had a bit more of a structure on top, but you've got to be careful with a building like that. I move that horizon up. I don't want to take the top of the structure, the building, sort of way up there up to the top of the paper. It was going to look a bit odd, so I'd have to finish it about there. So we've got a little bit of the sky still showing. Quite happy with the sky, light coming from the left. Generally, we would have a darker sky in the top right corner, being late in the day. And then the background, trying to keep that a cool blue there in the background. There's a distant sort of slither of mountains over there, which I think are a little bit further than all this lot here. And then coming towards us, there's the trees there behind the building. Nice sort of simple shape there, going down to the highway, and then a sort of impression of something going on there, and then the continuation of those woods up on the right, and then that bluish building on the left. Bit of vegetation there on the left as well. Shadow coming across. With the shadow, trying to make a soft edge, and I think I nearly got it right. Ideally, the light bit of the road would be quite damp, and then when we go in with the shadow, we're going to get that soft edge. That would have been the ideal. So I unfortunately, in my live demo, I was chatting along, and I let the paint dry, the dark shadows dry. So I had to use a little bit of a soft brush just to tease that, get that soft edge back again. We might have over on the left where the shadow comes from, hard edge, but then, of course, as it goes further away, we want a softer edge. And then the value of the shadow in the foreground, go quite dark there to get the contrast with the light in the middle, the light on the light catching the factory building, and the light of the car as well. This one's in the shade, so it's a little bit darker than the other two. And then put a red dot or a green dot on the traffic light, whichever is your preference for that. Yep. So that's my painting. First of the attendees, I go through these in alphabetical order. Andrew, and we can see, well, it's from Andrew's sketchbook. We can see with the rings there on the left. Composition, really nice indeed. Maybe with the background mountains, there could be maybe a little bit more of a, we've got the mountains coming up there. Maybe they could go up there. I'm not so sure, but maybe this could be mountains, possibly. The background hills, brilliant, just the right value. The building has been done really well. Yeah, we've got the structure of it all right. Maybe it looks a little bit odd, this thing in the middle there. Maybe they could be maybe a little bit more vertical. It's really complex what was going on there. That's just the perfect blue with that building, the low building on the left-hand side. The perspective is really good. You've gone for a bit of a lighter foreground. That really works. And also, not sure of the angle that you're viewing at. Maybe if Andrew, so that's our middle, maybe a middle-ish line. Perhaps the one on the right could come down a little bit, something like that, just to help with the perspective a bit. But nothing wrong with using a little bit of white paint there to help with the road markings. And then we've got the traffic lights going across the road. Brilliant. And nice cars. With the cars, just make them a little bit wider. I mean, that car on the right's good, but that one there on the left could be just a little bit wider, I reckon. Yeah, well done, Andrew. And then Anna. Let's zoom into this. Oh, lovely framing. Double mount. Brilliant. Yeah, super composition. The perspective really leads you in. You've got almost like a little bit of a hump going, which is quite nice. A bit of a sort of, we're almost going uphill and then we're going downhill a bit. It's a really nice composition. That sky is fantastic. Really nice wash for the sky, avoiding the dreaded green there in the middle. You've got a bit of space there for the top of the building. That's brilliant. Yeah, nice definition of the building. Oh, let's go to the background. Background hills, fantastic. Just the right value. They look way off there, several miles in the background. Background trees, really good as well. Just the right shade of green for that. And the low-rise building there, shadow coming across, fantastic. The road markings, really good. The perspective of those, excellent. Maybe, yeah, that line looks good. That line looks good. That line looks good. Maybe this one here looks like it's going, I'm not sure if it looks like it's going a little bit too narrow on that one. And also the cars are brilliant. I like that roundish windscreen there, but maybe this one here, and it might be just a little bit too high. It needs to be, maybe with the cars, it might be a good idea to try and have the tops of the cars sort of in line a little bit, and then where they are, that would dictate, how close they are to you, sort of thing. So we could have, 3 cars like that, a different distance away. Yeah, well done, Anna. And next we have Anthony. Nice composition. Very nice indeed. Lovely sky. You've got a bit more yellow in your sky. Yeah, it's glowing. Very, very nice. Bit of detail definition to the background mountains as well. I like the effect of some valleys or some gorges there on the left hand side. And seeing little bits of the paper left unpainted, could be distant buildings or something like that. And then the woods, the trees there, just beyond the building. With the building, I'm not sure with your photo, maybe there's a little bit of a lean on the photo. Looks like we're leaning a little bit to the right, which incidentally, I quite often do myself with vertical lines sometimes. If I'm not standing right in front of the paper, or I'm sort of like right angles of paper, sometimes my verticals do lean a little bit from bottom left to top right, just like Antis might be doing that, maybe not. But building is superb. That low-rise blue building, brilliant there as well. Cars are very good, especially this car here. Yeah, cars are excellent. All the perspective of those is really good, and then the road markings are excellent. Bit of texture to the road surface as well. Some variation in what some dry brush marks and some warms, some cools. Nice soft edge of the shadow. Yeah, well done, Anthony. Thank you. And Barb. Right, Barb always comes on with her sketchbook version. She does a really nice sketchbook version, and then like a proper inverted commas, a proper painting afterwards. Nice composition. You've gone quite blue with that sky. Yeah, it works. It's okay. I just wondering, would you get that kind of blue later in the day? Not sure, but it looks lovely. The background hills are fantastic. Oh, composition, by the way. Yeah, yeah. I think most people, composition wise, they've followed my line with the layout of everything. Yeah, I like the granulation on your background hills. That's really nice. A blue there. Looks like a little bit of warm there. Cool green here. Then we're going a little bit bluer, a little bit warmer also. Maybe mixed in a little bit of red just in the distance there. Nice buildings as well. Brilliant. The blue building. Just watch with the rooftop on that blue building. We've got a bit of a hump there. Maybe the ridge of the roof would go down a little bit like that. All right. So with the perspective on that one. Nice shadow coming across the road. Cars are excellent. Yeah, 3 very nice cars. The road markings perspective of that, brilliant. The way that you've done that, the dashed line as well. Texture on the road. Yeah, very nice. Well done, Barb. Thank you. And Bronwyn, very nice composition. Oh, you've got 4 cars in. I can see immediately. I love the buildings there. You've gone for more of a softish look with yours, with the definition, with the edge of the top of the mountains down the background, and then there's kind of softness in the middle ground there with the distant trees. Very effective. Yeah, nice composition. You got a bit more of the sky than most of us. There's nothing wrong with that. Love your building on the left, the industrial building. That's come out really well, the definition of that, and all the structure and bits and pieces on the top there. And then that blue building as well, lovely shadow coming across the road, and the definition, the texture and there, a bit of granulation, lovely. And then the perspective of the road markings, they're brilliant, lovely cars as well. Yeah, different colours. I mean, a lot of modern cars are sort of white, grey, black, aren't they? But you've got a little yellow one there, maybe a slightly darker one there, and 2 white ones. Yeah, they're excellent cars. I like the vegetation. That's a nice green there on the left, not sort of too over the top or bright, just as it would be maybe later in the day with that kind of scruffy vegetation. And I do like the way that you've done the soft, go with the soft, not a hard edge, soft edge to the tops of the trees there beyond the buildings. And you've got a bit of detail with the road markings there, but the road signs there in the distance. Yeah, well done, Bronwyn. We've got some clouds as well. Well done, Bronwyn. And Buck. Well, very well drawn. I can see you've been a bit more creative with the road markings. Come on to that in a minute. So nice composition, nice layout to everything. That sky is fantastic. You haven't gone with any darts, but we don't need it because we've got so much going on here that we can latch on to. The way you've done the distant mountains, I like that little bit of darkness on the ridge, the very edge of the mountains. Then we go lighter down below. Gives a feeling of the sort of humidity or the weather conditions. Pushing that back. Lovely shaped those pine trees, conifers there in the middle ground. The building really well done with the structure on the top and the blue building there. You've gone quite cool with the shadows. Brilliant cars. They're really good cars. You've got two distant ones coming towards us. I like that little sort of marking there, that sort of right angle there or a curve. That's nice. You've got lots of dotted and dashed lines. Bit of splattering we can see going on there. Bit of splattering as well. Well done, but look, nice one. And Christy, right? Nice composition. Oh, you've now used, so Christy's gone with a lower horizon, which is all right. And that sky is really good. Not a nice bright blue again, bit like Barb's. Yellow down there. Nice sort of feeling of high altitude clouds there. The way you've done that, Christy. The industrial building on the left, which incidentally I think is called Purdue Foods, a poultry manufacturer. So I think that's the actual building itself, or the owners of the building. Yeah, really well done with that. And then the low-rise building, vegetation on the left. Now, so car-wise, you've adjusted them. You've got one car, or a couple of cars there sort of going away from us. Maybe your road is a little bit narrower. I like the yellow line. You've got a yellow line going down the middle, which I guess you would get. I think my limited knowledge of US road markings, but that's a nice addition to it rather than being white. Lovely car there with the way that you've done the car. Yeah, a bit of splattering there as well. I can see a little bit of dropping clear water. Yeah, fantastic. Well done, Christy. And Colin, very nice composition. Again, I think you've pretty much followed my take on the scene. Really good sky, nice sky. I like the way you've done your background mountains, particularly in the middle there, by dropping in. I guess you went blue first, and you dropped in that green afterwards. That's very effective. Nice and dark for the middle ground trees there, which there might be a little bit dark, but you could imagine it could be darker. There was a cloud up in the sky and a sort of shadow being created. So we got the light behind, then dark, then light coming across to the right of the buildings. Lovely buildings. Let's come back out. Lovely buildings as well. The blue building, vegetation, shadow coming across. Nice perspective with the road markings. Just be careful of maybe, yeah, so going over the shaded area, perhaps you might have done it twice, just getting these hard edges like that sort of peak, these two peaks here, and then this mark here. Maybe you could have wait until it dried a little bit more, possibly. Yeah, just it could be a little bit more defined by just adjusting your timing there. But really nice cars, especially the ones on the right-hand side. Really nice cars. Lovely sky. Well done, Colin. And Janitha. Now, I know Janitha's just started out some watercolours, so she's in her early phases of watercolour. This is brilliant, lovely. Really like the composition. Nice sky. You've done really well again with the blue and then the yellow. The building, nicely defined there. With the background hills, they might be just a little bit too green. I think you were going, looks like you're going, add in a little bit more blue there, Janitha. So go a little bit bluer, less of the green, all right? And that would help push that back again. With the road markings, they're all right, but we've got a bit of a curve here. So with the, and use a ruler if you want to try and help with the perspective. So it'd be better if they were coming out like that. And just watch with the perspective, the size of your white markings there. That size is okay near us, but maybe getting a little bit smaller in the distance. Beautiful cars. Well done with the cars. The buildings come out really well. The value of the shadows as well. Yeah, well done, Janitha. Excellent. And Jean. Nice composition. Lovely sky. Yeah, a bit of granulation there in the top right corner of the sky. Excellent. And then the background hills, kept them nice and light. Looks like there's a bit of bright sunlight on those background hills. And then the middle ground trees, soft edge as well with those. The building is really good. Yeah, excellent building. Maybe we could have a bit more of the, the sort of structure of the stuff on top, the pipes and verticals and few horizontals, maybe just a little bit more of that. Lovely building on the left-hand side. Shadow going across, yes, okay. Just be careful of a tiny bit of overworking of the road surface. It is difficult. And perspective-wise, so we got that line there. That line there is good. This middle one, maybe that middle one would look better if it was, we'll push, well, assuming it's that angle, I was going to think, would it be okay if it was sort of from there going out like that? So we're putting that car in between that line and that line. But where it is, I would say just watch the perspective again. Just try and make those white dashes there a little bit narrower in the distance, but maybe a little bit bigger coming down towards you. But lovely scene, really lovely sky and background mountains, Gene. And did we miss one out? No. And Joe, let me just zoom in on Joe's. Right, I love you. Right, so Joe's been very creative with the shadows and the cars. Love the cars. Good composition, very nice composition. Nice sky. Just be careful of the yellow there in the distance. I would say we've got a little bit of almost like a little bit of a hard line or a dark line appearing there. In that kind of meeting area of the blue to the yellow. So just try and maybe if the paper was wetter, damper, that might get a smoother transition from the blue to the yellow. Really nice background mountains. I like the effect there, Joe, you got with the angles there of the side of the mountain as well. Very good on the industrial building. Maybe we could have a few more of those little sort of pipes and things, the vertical things on the top there. I do like your cars. Yeah, two very nice cars. Yeah, one coming towards us, and a difficult angle to do them at as well. When they're not head on or going away from us, that kind of oblique angle and looks like we're looking down on them a little bit as well from a perspective point of view. Nice shadows, soft edge to those shadows, and also attention to detail. The shadow coming down the road, and then it sort of bumps up. It's going up some vegetation on the right. So well done for including that vegetation on the right for a bit of context of the road. Yeah, well done, Joe. Well done for being a bit creative on that one. And Leslie, nice composition. I like the sky. Yeah, I like the little bit of darkness down the top right corner. So nice transition there. Building brilliant. Background hills, very nice and neat. A little bit green maybe on that left-hand side, but it's all right. It's the right value. And I like the way that you've done these hills there in the background, and you've made them just a little bit taller there on the right-hand side. Very good. Traffic lights as well. With the traffic lights, you've got that. We've got the left-hand side coming over here, but it's just right in line with the top of the mountain. On the right, I think you get away with it. You've got that little bit of a. Let's zoom in here. We've got a little bit of a gap between the arm of the traffic light and the ridge. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Could you have moved it up a little bit or down a bit, just so it's not in line? But they're okay. Nice building on the left-hand side. I like the blue building with a little bit of a curve. Got a bit of character about it. Very nice. Yeah, rather than just a boring straight line. Cars, very nice cars. Middle one there, just watch the size of the windscreen, but really good cars. The shadow coming across. And the shadow coming across, maybe it would look better. I think That that line there is okay, Leslie, and we hit the first car. But maybe the edge of the shadow would be there. I reckon that would look a little bit better. Yes, I shall think on that. I love all, as I'm zooming in here, I see all these brush marks in there. Very nice indeed. Yeah, just the right value of the road. Just be careful of although I overwork mine a little bit, but yeah, just watch. Don't go too overboard with the values there, the marks. Perspective is very good on that line, and this one as well. Maybe a little bit wider here. Yeah, but generally really good perspective. I do like your curved building there, and that distant mountain, that effect there of the a light wash. You've done it once and just left it. We've got all sorts of greens and cools in there as well. Thanks, Leslie. Lillian, very nice. Just taking a few seconds to contemplate the scene. Right, so we've got a nice composition with the traffic lights there silhouetted against the sky. You've gone for more of an atmospheric sky. We've got a bit of a stormy condition coming in or something. I feel like a gloomy weather system coming over. So lovely sky, background hills, brilliant as well. The lightness there in the distance, excellent. That's a lovely green. Maybe a little bit dark, but it's all right. It gives you a bit of contrast, I guess. You kept it still cool, not too green, not too blue. A nice contrast with the lighter building, lovely building there as well. And then the road, nice perspective. I like the splattering. And that also what helps, maybe this gives the road, the way you've got this vertical reflection or shadow or whatever there coming down, gives the feeling of a shiny road surface. Maybe it's summer and lots of, it's quite shiny in the summer, or maybe there's just been a little bit of a downpour, which would account for the grayer clouds. Yeah, there's a bit more going on there. And then I don't think we need the little white splattering. Don't think that's needed. You've done a bit of splattering with some clear water. Lovely cars, especially that car there. Brilliant. A little bit of little glimmer on that left-hand side or something going on there in the distance. Yeah, well done, Lillian. Thank you. Liliana, right. So nice composition. With the sky, yeah, you've gone. That's a sort of more of a bluey green. It's all right. Yeah, it's okay. I'm warming to everyone's skies have got a little bit darker than me or in the source photo. I think it really works. And then the transition into the yellow, traffic lights, the background hills, a little bit too green. Maybe there could be a little bit bluer on the left-hand side. That's good. That blue there, Liliana. The distant trees, excellent. The building as well, fantastic. I would say with the dark lines, just be careful not to go too dark with the kind of posts and markings and the structure there. With the low-rise building, the blue building, that's okay. Maybe could be a little bit darker with that rooftop. Nice vegetation on the left. Cars, very good. And then this one on the right. Yes, we've got two cars there. Is that one on the right just a little bit too far over the right? No, I think it's okay. Nice shadow coming across the road. Perhaps in the middle there, we could be just a little bit lighter with that light coming across the road beyond the shadow. Nice perspective, very nice perspective with the lines and a bit of splattering going on as well. Thanks, Liliana. Thank you. And Linda. Nice composition, lovely sky. The buildings, maybe we could have a little bit more of the structure of little bits and pieces going on there, possibly with that building, but nice building. And the blue building as well. The distant hills, excellent, just the right value of those. really good. And a bit like Leslie's with that line there, almost being in line with the. Because that's what I thought when I looked at Siddhartha's photo. I thought, those traffic lights? We've got the hill. Imagine that's the hill going down there. Do I move the traffic lights up there, which was my tactic? Put them up there, so they can sky, or do you have them as as you got there on the left hand side, below the crest of the hill, not sort of in line? I just think it might look a little bit odd. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. But yours are right. They're good, and nice building on the left hand side. The low rise building as well. Cars were right. These two on the right there, maybe. So the right hand one, first of all, could be a little bit higher from a perspective point of view, but both of them I would try and make them wider. The windscreens, make them. This windscreen's good. This one here, Linda. But make this windscreen just a little bit wider, all right? And the tops of the roof of the car, not so wide, just a thin slither. So that was a good car. Nice perspective with the road markings, and you've got that dark sort of mark down the middle, which you often get, don't you, on roads where the exhaust or whatever, a little bit of a darker marking there. Excellent. Well done, Linda. And Mark, nice composition. I like you've gone up a little bit. We've got this with the shape of the background mounted going down like that, and then a bit of a dip, then rising to the right. That's really effective. Nice buildings on the left-hand side. You're a bit like me. You've just about touched the top there. Got away with it. Nice middle ground trees as well. Road markings, brilliant perspective, excellent on that. The cars, I think you've done a similar layout to me on that, and the shadows going across as well. Yeah, it's really good. Perhaps with the shadows could go a little bit of a softer edge, and also maybe a little bit more. Perhaps it could be just a little bit more light here, Mark. That could be, so the actual edge of the shadow could be more like that. And then we connect there, and then we shoot off to the right-hand side. Yeah, that might work just a little bit better, possibly. But lovely scene, well done. And Mike. Very nice, very clear, bold, watercolor. I can see we've got a truck here. I'll go on to the vehicles in a minute. So nice composition. The sky, fantastic. The background hills, brilliant. Love those. Yeah, and they, again, like a few of you, that little bit of a dark edge to it as well. I think it's very effective. The background, the middle ground trees, really nice as well. Bit of darkness there, contrasting with the light either side of it. Nice buildings as well. Blue building, vegetation coming down from the left. Shadows going across the road, the perspective of those road markings, brilliant. The layout of your cars. Yeah, that definitely looks like a truck to me. I wish it was a brilliant idea. But yeah, 3 very good vehicles. And then your vertical post, well, remembering to put a little bit of darkness on the right-hand side. Yeah, well done, Mike. Thank you very much indeed. And Neil. Right, so nice composition. Lovely sky. Got the blue with the yellow, and not going green in the middle area. Nice background hills. Maybe the buildings could be. Just trying to get that contrast there on that left-hand side. Got the darkness of the background hills, but maybe just a little bit lighter on these buildings there, just get that contrast back. Lovely blue building. The cars, fantastic. Traffic lights. Shadow and perspective, excellent. Really good. Yeah, I might have been a bit harsh on some of you with the with the overworking of the road, even though I'm looking back at mine, and mine sort of got a bit of working on it, blues, warms, different effects going on, dry brush marks as well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and you've got the little bit of shadow underneath those cars, so a little bit of a soft shadow underneath those cars that are in the shade there. Well done, Neil. Thank you. And Sandra, nice composition, lovely sky. Let's look at that sky, lovely sky. You've got a nice sort of shape to the background hills there, really good, and just the right value there in the middle, and that distant one as well on the right hand side. The middle ground trees, very nice indeed. The building really lit up there, nice and light. Got the contrast there between the dark and the light, dark and the light. Blue building, brilliant. Lovely, lovely cars as well. That one there, is it just a little bit too high? No, it's all right. Three very nice cars. Oh, we got the other one coming towards us as well. Headlights there, a little bit of truck belonging to the factory, I guess. Nice road markings and good perspective as well. Really good perspective on that, Sandra. And the road surface as well. Bit of splattering. Yeah, nice soft edge. Lovely soft edge to the top of that shadow. Nice one, Sandra. Well done. And Sarah. Yeah, nice composition. Lovely sky. Perfect sky. And the background hills, nice light value, pushing it back. And then we've got the industrial building. Maybe could you gone a bit darker, Sarah, with the shadows there, just to get a bit more of the contrast going on there. Blue building as well, maybe a bit darker on that right hand side, just a tiny bit. Now cars. Cars are all right. Perhaps they could be. No, the cars are okay. Cars are all right, and I like the way that you connected these two as well in a way. But perspective-wise, they look good. We've got two cars coming towards us. Good perspective of the road markings coming towards us. Just trying to think here. Yeah, maybe that little bit of a bump there could be more of a straighter. Just a minor point, maybe a bit more of a sort of straighter line across with that one, and then we go over to the right, possibly. But that's minor. It's really good. Lovely shadows, blue. Love this dry brush mark. That's really effective there with the tire marks. Looks like there would have been some accident there in the past with those tire marks. But yeah, nice touch on roads. A nice dry brush using the rough texture of the paper as well is always a good idea. Sudhakar, the originator of the source photo. And, well, we can see from a creative point of view, Sudhakar's zoomed in on the... well, there's few things missing here. The background hills, we don't need them. All the stuff on the right, we don't need them. The cars, we don't need them. I like the trucks. Now, that is a brilliant idea. And continuing on, we've got that kind of shape of almost like a triangle going on there with the tall building and then lower rise buildings in the front, just as they are on the source photo. A few silos there as well between the two. And then some lower objects, these trucks that are backing up just as they would do into the factory, then collecting the produce, and off they go. Nice perspective with the posts going down the road. The sky, fantastic as well. Yeah, I mean, could we have had some cars in? I think it would have been a distraction, actually. If there was a car here, it would be distracting to all of the detail of that building on the left-hand side. Likewise, could we have had some birds in the sky? Would that be just a bit of a gimmick? Don't really need it. Yeah, lovely. Well done, Sudhakar, and thanks again for the kind sharing of your photo. And Sylvia. Oh, beautiful. Very nice. Lots of different watercolor techniques on the go here. A lovely composition. You've moved the industrial building more into that middle position. That works. It's not right bang in there in the middle. Really, really good. Lovely sky, background mountains, and the way that you've painted those background mountains with some subtle variations in value, that bit of warmth there as well. Could be rocks or something like that showing through. Soft middle ground trees as well. We can still see their trees. We've got some autumnal trees there. And I think what is really nice, it's a bit back, the industrial building itself, brilliant. But I think what's really nice is this kind of, almost like a dry brush, the way that you've done the foreground shadows in one and then connected. Again, utilizing the rough texture of the paper and using your brush, I guess a mop brush or something like that, sideways, but getting these little bits of paper exposed, that rough edge, beautiful edges. Nice cars as well, all different colors. Maybe this, not sure about the angle of that traffic light. Maybe they could be angled like that. Well, I like. Oh, we've got some lines coming in there, which they were actually in the source photo. Some sort of lines coming in there from the right hand side, power lines or something like that, and then down the left hand side as well, which you spotted in the source photo. Yeah, but I do like all of this kind of stuff going on there. The watercolor technique they use there. And then the variations in values in the shadow made it really interesting, the shadow in the foreground. Well done, Sylvia. And Vicente. Vicente at the end. Oh, beautiful. We've got more of a panoramic view here. Nice composition. I think you've just about you've squeezed in the top of that building there. Lovely sky. Good background hills as well. Just be careful of a little bit of overworking. I think if you kept things, if you kind of stopped yourself overworking it just a little bit too much, I think it would come out a lot fresher with the shadow and the. Not sure if you've gone over those background hills a few times, but. No, value-wise looks good. Nice building. With the blue building, maybe could get a bit of a stronger edge there, a harder edge there, Vicente, with the dark roof and the light of the front of the building. Cars are very good. That was a little bit too narrow. This one is brilliant. That's just right. But that one might be a tiny bit too narrow. But that one there, that middle one, just a bit too narrow. Nice value for the shadows in the foreground, and well done with the perspective as well. Excellent. All right, well that's those that I've received from the workshop. So thanks very much, all of you, for sending me your photos of your paintings. And I very much look forward to meeting up with you on the next one, which will be something totally different. Catch up with the next event at my website, timwilmotartist.com, or go to the event website, crowdcast.io/@ the email symbol @timwilmot. Love to see you on the next one, which are generally mid to the end of the month. And then have your painting featured in a video like this. So thanks very much, everyone, for attending, watching my critiques that I've gone through. There, just to repeat, they are my own particular opinions. So love to hear your comments on what you think and what you like, and ones that you liked. Please pop those in the comments to the video. Thanks so much, everyone, and I'll catch up with you on the next one. Bye-bye.